Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a health and nutrition coach and I've got my own business, Think Nourished. Today I'm in Drew&Cole's kitchen and we're going to cook up some delicious, nutritious and healthy food. So we're going to be cooking Chickpea Tagine now, which is a Moroccan dish. First up we need 3 cloves of garlic, and then the easiest way to skin garlic is just to gently crush it under the blade of a knife, and that will then pull the skin of the garlic away. And then we're going to just roughly chop that up. Next up I need some red onion, so I'm going to take 1 whole red onion, so cut in half and into slices. Don't worry if it's not too thin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one medium chilli. If you're going to cook this for the kids, it's probably best to leave the chilli out. It's quite a mild chilli, so no need to worry about taking the pith and the seeds out. We'll just roughly chop that there. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to saute up the garlic, the onion and the chilli in the CleverChef. Just go up to saute and brown and then click on start. What I need is a slug of olive oil, a tablespoon or 2. So that will take just a couple of minutes to get up to heat. And then we're going to pop in the garlic, the chilli and the onion. There you go, you know it's up to temperature when you hear that sizzle. Then I'm just going to give that a little stir around. We just need to saute that away for probably 3 or 4 minutes. So I've got here a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of coriander, and these are whole spices. So I'm going to pop those into a pestle and mortar, and I'm then going to crush them up. And what you can do if you want to save a bit of time is you can buy powdered cumin and powdered coriander. If you buy them whole, it's just a little bit fresher. We're also going to put in a whole stick of cinnamon as well, which we need to remember to remove at the end. Right, so we're now ready to put in the spices. So I'm going to pop in the cinnamon stick first, stir that around, and then the cumin and the coriander. And the reason I'm putting them in at this stage is I just want all of the aromatic oils and spices to release. So I've got 3 large tomatoes, so I'm just going to chop these tomatoes into quarters and then into 8s. Pop those tomatoes in. So then the pepper, so I'm going to cut down each of the sections, just like that, makes it a breeze, and then just roughly chop this up. Pop the pepper in and then give it a stir, then onto the courgette, so top and tail the courgette, and I'll cut it lengthways, medium-sized courgette this one, so I'm just going to cut it lengthways again, and then just chop into bite-sized chunks. Stir around, just make sure the courgette's nicely coated with all of that spice mixture. And then onto the aubergine. On some older recipes you'll see that it often calls for salt in the aubergines. Modern aubergines you don't tend to need to do that, they're not too bitter. And then again into bite-sized chunks. Coated. So then I'm going to pop in the chickpeas. You can use dried chickpeas, but it's so much quicker and more convenient to use tinned chickpeas. And then I've got some prunes that I'm going to put in as well. And prunes are just lend the dish a fantastic sweetness. I'm just going to chop each of the prunes in half. Pop those in. Give it a stir around. At this point I'm just going to add a sprinkling of salt, so I've got some sea salt here, just a pinch of it, and then I'm going to add half a litre of vegetable stock. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the cooking mode on the CleverChef, switch to stew mode. Now stew will give us a default of 1 hour 30, but I'm just going to adjust that down to 50 minutes because I think that'll be plenty. 50 minutes and then start. So 37 minutes left on the clock. I'm just going to pop it open, give it a check and then a quick stir. That's coming along really nicely. Pop the lid back down and just keep on stewing away. So we're nearly done on the tagine, and what I'm just going to do is I've got some parsley and I've got some mint here. I'm just going to chop those. So we're going to garnish it with these. It just adds a lovely top note. Right, so that's all ready. We're just about done. There we go. Right, so we're going to open it up. Oh, look at that lovely steam. That looks wonderful. Then I'm going to serve it up, and I've got a wooden spoon here. You don't really want to use a metal spoon with the non-stick in the CleverChef. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some of the herbs on top, and then I've got some yogurt here as well, which just adds a little bit of cooling counterpoint to the spice. one of my absolute favourite condiments, harissa, which is quite fiery. Just pop that there. And then one finishing touch. You can use preserved lemons, but they're quite hard to find, so just a little grate of lemon zest will give it a fantastic citrusy top note. Chickpea tagine, ready to serve. And you can eat that on its own or serve it with some couscous as well.